So a federal appeals court throwing yet another wrench into President Trump's plan to implement tariffs on foreign products being shipped into the United States. The ruling throws a huge wrench into the president's agenda and likely sets up another showdown that's going to take place in front of the United States Supreme Court. For more on that, let's welcome in criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, and visiting faculty member at Harvard Law, Vinoo Margis. So good morning to you. So this is a federal appeals court ruling that knocked down the president's tariffs decision. It also upheld a lower court ruling that basically said the same thing. Where does this go now?
Well, there's only one place that President Trump can go if he wants to try to win this battle, and that's the United States Supreme Court. Attorney General Pam Bondi has already said that she would appeal. The question is, will the United States Supreme Court reverse this appellate court? So this is the court that sits over trade, the United States Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit. It was a 7-4 decision. These kind of split decisions usually mean the Supreme Court will take up this battle. And when they do, the question becomes, will they support him? I'm not sure, because the language on the statute is pretty clear that the authority for international trade is with Congress. So he does have an uphill battle there.
Yeah, so basically what they're relying on is the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977. That's really in the weeds. There'll be a quiz later. But, I mean, so what does it say the president can and can't do then, which is the basis of this court ruling?
Well, it says that it's unlikely that Congress, the decision itself, which was the same language used by the lower court, which had 3 judges, this had 11 judges. It says that it seems unlikely that Congress intended to grant the president unlimited authority to impose tariffs. So, you know, this is going to be a really, really interesting battle. This may be actually the toughest battle he's ever had before the United States Supreme Court.
I mean, to me, it seems that, you know, obviously, if this this case is upheld, then he needs Congress to give him this power, because I have called it the Trump doctrine, where the president uses tariffs and our economy for international relations, for negotiations, rather than just economics.
Well, it's a question of whether Congress will impose the tariffs that President Trump wants. I don't know if constitutionally they can cede or give up that authority to him, because that's the way that the Constitution is written, that Congress is supposed to be the one dealing with this stuff. So the question is, are they going to impose or fulfill what he wants or put out what he wants? If he goes that route, and, you know, they seem, you know, with the Republicans in control, they should be able to impose these things in case the court doesn't rule in President Trump's favor.
All right, I want to switch gears for a second now. Attorneys for Democrats' favorite Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, asking a federal judge to issue a gag order against Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Attorney General Pam Bondi. Now, they want to prevent them from making, basically, quote, baseless public attacks against this illegal immigrant. This seems to me to be kind of an unprecedented move, where you would literally try to get a gag order on 2 cabinet members talking about this issue. What is your thought here?
Well, look, you opened up, you introduced me as a criminal defense attorney. To me, you know, when the government wants somebody, and let's put aside that this is President Trump and whatever the politics may be behind it, the request isn't that crazy, because under the rules of ethics, the government and the defense are not supposed to make public comments that can prevent somebody from receiving a fair trial. So here in Manhattan, in the Southern District of New York, you know, I've had the government try to gag me multiple times because I was talking to the press. Because but an attorney is allowed to talk to the press. But here, the question is, can he get a fair trial? Because when comments like, he won't be staying in America because America is a safer nation without this MS-13 gangbanger in it, it seems like that statement could tilt public opinion. So I don't think it's that crazy a request to ask the government not to make these kind of statements.
It also kind of surprises me they're going forward with this criminal case. You could just deport him. He's already illegal and he's been ordered to be removed. It's the criminal proceedings right now that are slowing everything down. All right, Vinoo, thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great Labor Day.
You too. Thank you.
All right.